Now to the other big story we're following today, the death of Pat Williams, who helped bring the Orlando Magic to Central Florida.
He was 84 years old. Tonight, we've got team coverage on the incredible legacy he leaves behind. WESH 2 Sports Director Darren Stoltzfus will have more on how the Magic are honoring Williams. That's in just a few minutes. But first, we begin with WESH 2's Dave McDaniel live at the Kia Center.
Dave, Williams helped co-found the Orlando Magic when, at a time, many people believed Orlando would never land a pro sports franchise.
That's absolutely true, but everybody was certainly excited when that happened. In fact, when the Magic first started playing basketball here in Orlando, you could find me in the upper bowl behind the basket with other excited fans, happy to have an NBA home team, a team brought to Orlando, no small part, by Pat Williams.
There have been many miracles in my life.
And Magic fans shared in many of those.
And believe it or not, the first pick in the 1993 NBA draft goes to the Orlando Magic.
Like nabbing the #1 overall draft pick 2 years in a row.
That the #1 pick in the 2004 draft goes to the Orlando Magic. That's unbelievable.
And again, a decade later, all after a guy with an established NBA resume elected to go all in on Orlando.
Good afternoon, Orlando Magic.
Nailing down the season ticket deposits needed to secure an expansion franchise. So those first crowds could stream into the original arena, the O-Rena to all of us fans.
I'm always touched deeply, Pat, when people approach me at the game or wherever and say, thanks for what you did in helping to bring the Magic to Orlando and making us a major league city. Does that make me feel good? Wonderful.
We finally have players, and we're very pleased with the outcome of the draft, but we want to put as good a club on the floor as we can, as quickly as we can.
And while success is never guaranteed, we've had shining moments.
I was told by the authorities that I had to wear this Eastern Conference Championship hat, so I'm doing it.
So the guy who watched many, many games pacing in the tunnel certainly leaves a lasting legacy.
When it comes to the end, I want to be known as a difference maker. I think that would be the best title.
Passionate, persistent, and a dreamer. You know, several times over the years, Pat Williams also drummed up the idea that we could bring Major League Baseball to Orlando and the Orange County area. His most recent effort, just a few months ago. Reporting live in Orlando, Dave McDaniel, WESH 2 News.
Our team coverage continues now with WESH 2 Sports Director Darren Stoltzfus.
Darren also joins us live from the Kia Center tonight. And Darren, you spoke with the current CEO of the Magic.
Yeah, Alex Martins was brought to work under Pat Williams when the Magic first came to town. And you hear Pat talk about wanting to be a difference maker. Look no further than the guy who's currently running the team in Alex Martins. Martin said he looks at Pat Williams as one of his mentors. He led him on the path that put him in control of Orlando's biggest professional franchise. Pat was a larger-than-life, energetic ball of fire, something that this team certainly used from the start, and they continue to use now.
He had the most incredible energy of anyone you ever met in your life. One of the most positive human beings you ever come across. Pat's often referred to as a dreamer, but you know, I like to refer to Pat as a doer. He got things done.
Yeah, certainly a lasting legacy, not only because of the Orlando Magic, but also because of the other sports that followed. Orlando City Soccer Club just down the road. Everything was raised up quite a bit when it comes to sports because of Pat Williams. We'll have much more on his lasting legacy, not only in sports, but for Central Florida, coming up in the next hour. For now, live in downtown Orlando, Darren Stoltzfus, back to you.
And we want to share this message from the Williams family. They said, quote, "In true Pat fashion, we can see him standing inside the gates of heaven, ready to welcome everyone and shake their hand, just as he did at Magic games. We love you, Dad, and we will see you soon." And as the reaction pours in from people around Central Florida, WESH 2 is staying on top of this story. You can read more about his legacy right now on WESH.com. Just click the article on our home page.